Hi, I'm Steph and I'm going to read my anecdote from the Listen book, and it's on page 244. So my daughter, who is almost 4, has had a fear of black people since she was a baby. I first became aware of this when she was about 9 months old, and my black African hairdresser, Nyala, walked into the house and my daughter just started screaming. I was a bit surprised, as this wasn't a normal reaction when someone walked in the house, but I didn't realise it had anything to do with her colour at the time. However, it became obvious later on when my daughter started to cry every time she saw a black person, including a friend's boyfriend who we happened to go on vacation with. My daughter was wary of him the whole time, and by the time she got to the age of 3, she was still terrified every time Nyala came to cut our hair. I realised it was time to take some action. So we actually live in a town where few black people live, and there weren't many opportunities to work on this issue. I suggested to my daughter that the next time my hairdresser came to cut my hair, she could also cut her hair. She said, okay, maybe. But she also said that she didn't like Nyala, which she had said many times before. So my daughter was fine until the moment the doorbell rang, and then she hid in the corner of the room and cowered in fear. I went to let Nyala in while my husband stayed close to our daughter. When my daughter heard her enter the house, she started to cry and immediately went upstairs to get away. I asked my husband to keep proposing an expectation, such as, are you ready to go downstairs and say hello to Nyala now? And then to listen to her feelings, but not to force her to come down. While I was having my hair cut downstairs, I could hear my daughter screaming and crying on and off. When my hair had been cut, I went upstairs to see her. She had spent the whole time crying in her daddy's arms, with her daddy encouraging her to come downstairs and say hello. He was listening to her cry and reassuring her that she was safe and that Nyala is a lovely person and nothing bad is going to happen. I asked my daughter if she wanted to come down and say goodbye to Nyala because she was about to leave. She said that she did want to, and she came downstairs. Nyala was friendly and playful with her, and although my daughter was trembling a little, she interacted with Nyala, and it was very sweet. They were talking about what my daughter was going to be cooking in her play kitchen, and she told Nyala she would make her some food next time she came. They also talked about the new doll she got her for Christmas. This went on for a few minutes before Nyala had to leave. Once she had left, my daughter said that she liked Nyala. Then she said that she loved Nyala, and she began to plan for the next time she came over. She said she would stay downstairs the whole time Nyala was here and play with her. I was so happy. This had been an issue for so long. Stay listening allowed my daughter to move through her fear and feel brave enough to come downstairs and interact with someone who she'd been very scared of for a long time. My daughter was totally elated after this incident and felt great. So that's my anecdote, and it actually really moves me to read it now. Just remembering how scared my daughter was, and I have no idea why she became scared of people with colour. No idea at all. You know, it happened so early on, way before she got language. But I just remember it feeling like it did feel really hard. You know, my hairdresser at the time, we've moved away from that town now, but my hairdresser at the time was one of the most loveliest, sunniest people you could meet. And my daughter was literally terrified, and I just remember how much she was really trembling and how scared she was. It was a really big fear for her. So it was completely amazing to listen to her feelings and not to force her, but just to listen and see the power of listening, what that did. So she was almost 4, I think, then, and now she's 9 and a half, and Yeah, she doesn't have any fear of black people since that time. Actually, she's made and again, we don't live somewhere where there's a lot of people of colour who live here. But if we have met people of colour, then she has. The fear hasn't been there. She's made friends, of children of colour. So yeah, it really had such a transformational effect on us. Yeah, so it's been great to share that, and I hope it inspires you in some way. Okay, thanks for listening. Bye.